Both the Vikings and the 49ers are kind of surging right now, and they square off with the winner of this game likely to find itself in the playoffs, after, if the season ended after week 12, which of course it does not. The 49ers are laying 3 at home, just sort of a, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I got the 49ers as the best bet. I just don't think you can really know what you're going to get with these two teams. And, I would guess that you'll probably lean towards the Vikings catching 3 because Mike Zimmer, every single 8 of the 10 games they played this year, or I think 8 have been 9 of the 10 games have been 1-score games. And I think 5 of the 8, whatever it is, they've had, because come down to the last play, almost every single week for the Vikings. They've been in really close games. Kirk Cousins is playing pretty well, putting up some good numbers, but I think Jimmy Garoppolo is playing really well too right now. And the 49ers are finally starting to find their identity on offense, starting to click, and they should be able to run the ball effectively against Minnesota here. I don't know that you're going to see Minnesota roll out to the West Coast and slow them down. They're 27th in rush defense DVOA, and that's not a good number, even with a Mike Zimmer coach defense, when you're going up against Kyle Shanahan in this rushing attack. They move guys all over the place. George Kittle playing some good football as well. Such a key component when he's fully healthy in that offense. Brandon Ayuk, who was in the doghouse earlier this season, starting to come around and be a big factor in that offense. And I think this team is sort of starting to take shape in San Francisco as the team we thought we were getting when the season started. So I've got the 49ers as a best bet here.
Yeah, I thought I was going to like Vikings +3. Seems like just take the points with how they're playing. They look good for 2 straight weeks. But then I remembered that means it's time for them to completely flop because they're the Vikings, and that's what they do. They never have a consistent, as soon as you think you have them pegged, they're going to do the opposite. The defense played well against the Chargers, but it struggled against good offenses otherwise. And I think San Francisco is a good offense, and it's kind of undeniable with everybody healthy. They get creative. They use Debo in the backfield with Mitchell out. I don't think that's fair. I don't think you should be allowed to put Debo Samuel in the backfield. It's hard enough to defend him at receiver. Don't let him get in the backfield. It's just not fair to anybody else. And even with him playing back there, the passing game still looks solid because Ayuk had a good game. Kittle's back. So they have enough weapons that they can get away with it, and they're not playing scrubs out there at receiver. So I think San Francisco being a good offense with those guys healthy, Shanahan calling the plays, doing creative things, they're going to give the Vikings some trouble. Like you said, San Francisco's defense coming off 2 great games. Minnesota has the weapons to succeed against the defense, even against those games, if they avoid their periodic flop that they have every so often. But I kind of think this might be the game where they flop. I don't want to take either of these teams. I don't know what I'm going to get from either of these teams. I would lean to the 49ers if I had to pick it, but it is going to be a stay away from me.
All right, and you can see there on Caesars, the juice is up to 115 on the 49ers. It looks like elsewhere. Yeah, that's just the standard number out there. So if you like the Niners, may want to get it now because it's possible it goes to 3.5. Obviously, prefer 3 to 3.5 is a pretty important number when it comes to NFL games.